This is the B-2 Spirit. For decades, it's been the undisputed symbol of American air power, a ghostly flying wing that can travel halfway around the world, slip past enemy defenses, and deliver a devastating payload without ever being seen. It is, by any measure, one of the most incredible machines ever built. But what if I told you this icon of military might is also a symbol of a massive, crippling mistake? The B-21 Raider stealth bomber is turning out to be a huge deal in military tech, and it's set to completely change the game for America's air power. How it's been developed, produced, and rolled out is a major step up from its older sibling, the B-2. The B-2 was a Cold War marvel, designed to do one thing perfectly: penetrate the most advanced air defenses the Soviet Union could build. But that perfection came at a staggering price, over $2 billion per plane. The cost was so astronomical that the original plan for 132 bombers was slashed to just 21. Think about that. The United States has only 21 of its best bombers. They are so expensive and so maintenance intensive that using them is a monumental decision. They are silver bullets, reserved for only the most critical targets. But in modern warfare, you can't win with just a handful of silver bullets. You need a force that can sustain a campaign. So, how to build the world's most advanced bomber, a true successor to the B-2, without repeating the same mistakes? How to create a weapon that is not only dominant, but also affordable enough to build in numbers that actually matter? The answer is this: the B-21 Raider. And it's not just a new plane, it's a completely new philosophy. This is the story of how the Air Force is building a super bomber that's actually a bargain. Spirit. It's exactly what's needed for today's world, where we're seeing more competition between major global powers. The B-21's success really comes down to a mix of things. It's way cheaper, they're planning to build a lot more of them, it was designed using some seriously advanced digital tools, and it's built to be flexible for whatever threats pop up in the future. The B-21 Raider, made by Northrop Grumman, has that same cool flying wing look as the B-2 Spirit, but trust me, it's a whole different beast. The B-2 was an amazing piece of Cold War tech back in 1997, built to sneak past the Soviet Union's top-notch air defenses. But it was crazy expensive. We're talking over $2 billion for each one. Because of the cost, they only ever built 21 of them. That small number has always made it difficult to use them freely. Plus, the B-2s are famous for needing a ton of maintenance, which means they're not always ready to fly when you need them. Now let's talk about the B-21. It first took to the skies in December 2023 and should be ready for action later this decade. It was designed for a totally different world. The goal was to make it more flexible, harder to take down, and way more affordable. It's meant for long-haul missions in tricky places like the Indo-Pacific, where you need planes that can go the distance. As General Thomas Bussiere put it, they built the B-21 with one thing in mind: being incredibly effective in a real fight. One of the best things about the B-21 is the price tag. Each one costs about $700 million. That sounds like a lot, but it's only a third of what a B-2 costs. This massive price drop is why the Air Force is planning to buy at least 100 of them, and maybe even up to 145 or 250. The lower cost and bigger production numbers go hand in hand. With the B-2, all the crazy high design costs were spread over just 21 planes, making each one super expensive. For the B-21, the more they build, the cheaper each plane gets. It's a smart move, especially after learning from past mistakes with planes like the F-22 and B-2, where budget cuts left the military with tiny fleets. Air Force Major General Jason Armagost is really excited about having enough B-21s to create a real campaign force that can handle long operations and carry all sorts of different weapons. Northrop Grumman even made a bold strategic move. They decided to take a financial hit on the first few batches of planes. It sounds weird, but they did it on purpose with the Air Force's blessing. By taking a loss now, they can get the production line humming and ready to turn out planes much faster. They're betting that this will pay off in the long run with more orders. So, how did they make it so much better and cheaper? A big part of the answer is digital engineering. Basically, instead of starting with paper blueprints, they built the entire plane in a super detailed computer model first. This isn't just a simple 3D model, it's a digital thread that connects everyone involved, from the designers to the factory workers to the pilots, in real time. This digital-first approach is a game changer. It lets them find and fix problems on the computer, which is way cheaper than fixing them on a physical plane. In the past, you'd expect about 15 to 20% of the design to change once you started building. With the B-21, that number dropped to just 1%. They even used the real production line to build the test planes so the workers could figure out how to be more efficient from day one. On top of that, they used cool tech like augmented reality and robotics, which cut down on production time and made software updates way faster and more reliable. The benefits of designing this way are huge. For one, it's much easier to figure out exactly what the plane needs to do from the very beginning, allowing designers to play with different ideas in the virtual world. This means you can catch potential mistakes early on a computer screen, which saves a massive amount of money and time compared to discovering a problem after you've started cutting metal. As a result, the planes are built better and more efficiently, and it becomes much easier to maintain and upgrade them over their lifetime because you have a perfect digital blueprint. This approach also cuts down on the need for some physical testing, since so much can be verified through simulation. Ultimately, it gets everyone on the same page, from the engineers to the mechanics, making the whole process smoother and more collaborative. There are still some hurdles, like getting everyone to use the same digital tools and training people on this new way of working, but it's clearly the future for building complex military gear. But the B-21 isn't just a bargain, it's also jam-packed with incredible new technology that makes it a true powerhouse. For starters, its stealth capabilities are on another level. While the old B-2 is great at hiding from radar, the B-21 is designed to hide from everything. We're talking radar, heat sensors, electronic signals, and even sound. This all-spectrum stealth is a huge deal because modern enemies have all sorts of ways to detect planes, not just radar. By minimizing its heat signature and electronic footprint, the B-21 is way more likely to survive and succeed in a complex modern conflict. It's also built to last thanks to its open systems architecture. The smartphone analogy is perfect. It's designed to be super easy to plug in new software and hardware as technology improves. This means the B-21 won't become a flying relic in a few years and can adapt to new threats without needing a complete and costly overhaul. On top of that, it's a total team player. The B-21 is designed to be a key part of a fully networked military, sharing data instantly and seamlessly with forces on the ground, at sea, and in space. In today's world, having the best information is just as crucial as having the biggest bombs, and the B-21 acts as a vital node in that information web. Speaking of weapons, while the exact details are top secret, it's built to carry a whole range of advanced munitions, including future tech like hypersonic missiles. This adaptability means it will stay relevant as new weapons are developed. It also has incredible stamina, with a projected range of around 6,900 miles without refueling and better fuel efficiency, making it perfect for long-haul global missions without having to rely so much on tanker support. And it's not just a bomber. With all its networking and surveillance gear, the B-21 is so versatile it could even act as a flying command center for a team of drones, making it a true force multiplier on the battlefield. Let's be real, the B-21 is being built because of the growing military power of countries like China. The US needs to keep up. The current bombers are getting old and are much easier to spot and shoot down. Having a large fleet of B-21s is key to scaring off potential enemies and giving the US more options in a crisis. With their numbers, reliability, and lower maintenance needs, they would be a massive advantage in any major conflict. The B-21 is being called the world's first 6th-generation aircraft for a reason. It's the future of American air power. The first aircraft will be at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. There's even talk about selling them to close allies, which could make them even cheaper and strengthen partnerships around the world. So yeah, the B-21 Raider is a smash hit. It's affordable, it was built fast using amazing digital tools, it's super stealthy, it's easy to upgrade, and it gives the US the powerful bomber force it needs to stay ahead in a complicated world.
We are a team inspired by a direct connection to our national security mission, defining what's possible for tomorrow, but bringing it to life today.